Hello everyone, welcome. So today we are going to be playing Gems of War, week 20, day 6. It is a brown day of the Guild Wars. As far as how things have been going, we did end up catching up, so that's nice. 8th place does look like they're right on our tail. Power Gem, so as long as we stay above those two, we should be good to go. We don't need to make 7th, as long as we make 8th or higher, it's literally the same, so... okay, they have 126 out of 125, probably because of the weird thing with one of their people leaving. That's probably why. So they could actually go up to about 140, possibly, if the people didn't... There could have been that their people left to a different guild and then didn't do their thing, so... still a little bit of a gap, but assuming that's about the same gap as us, as long as the rest of our people do it, we should still stay in top 8, hopefully. We've only ever dropped down once. It's a entire bracket difference and 100 gem difference, if, like that gap between 8th and 9th right there. So definitely important we make 8 or higher. Anyways, let's go into some brown teams. Also, hello all the peoples. Hello, Sathariel. Hello, Henny. Hello, JZG. Hello, hello, Bridget. Hello, Philip. Hello, Peace. Hello, Vampire. Welcome all. Welcome. So right off the bat, we're up against Justice team. That is slightly unfortunate, really. First thing you want to start with is Justice. Well, we do have our standard team. I did see the team that you just mentioned, though, the Cockatrice thing. I do not trust using skull spam in Guild Wars, though. I see what you're doing with the Cockatrice in order to get the entangle, so it doesn't do anything. There's two big issues with that. One is freeze. Two is the what if they skull us kind of aspect. Because you wouldn't have anything else in your team. You'd end up having just the Cockatrice, and if that ends up falling, I don't know, it'd just be a little bit too risky for my taste. So we're probably going to stick with the classics for now. They normally don't fail us, and even if they do, we have High Forge, so he can revamp our team whenever we need it. So let's get the brown going, and then we'll go over the dungeon, and then next week's event. Next week's event seems average for the most part. At least it's not another Wisp. They are not adding Wisp 2.0, that's for sure. But it's going to be a giant week of some kind. So it could be a good week to go bring out the Titan class. As far as the new troop itself, it doesn't look like it's going to get too much usage. Don't really see anything that it's going to be particularly good with, though the red spawn from it could be useful if you use it with like an Infernus, because the Infernus would give more reds onto the board, plus you would have the extra red from him. So you would end up getting a lot of reds is the bottom line. Out of like using him with Infernus and possibly Yarrow Fire Mantle, I really don't see any purpose for the new giant that's going to be coming out. Those are about the only two things he really synergizes with, or at least from the first glance. Of course, we'll be testing him tomorrow morning and all that, seeing what's up with him, but from what I can tell, those are about the only two things he's even going to be ever used with. It is an ultra rare after all. Ultra rares, for some reason, are worse than rares and everything. I don't know why. Out of every single rarity, I feel like ultra rares are the absolute worst rarity. When do you ever see a ultra rare being used for the most part? It's always rares, commons, legends, and mythics. Oh, and epics. Basically everything except ultra rares. It's really weird. I never really understood why they always made, or most of them, not all of them, but a good majority of them, so ridiculously weak. Hello, Gilax again. Welcome back. Good evening, Zidicus. Oh, did you end up changing your name? Oh yeah, you did. You're throwing me off. You're another person who changed your name. What do you want me to go call you by, Zidicus, then? Because I know Henny wants me to call him by Henny. Or that's just what I can't call him because, yeah. But, or Isidro. But, yeah. What do you want me to call you? Just for clarification. I'll remember all the names. No, I'm actually really bad at remembering names. But we'll try to. Let's see. A lot of mana from there. We don't really need most of it, though, so we're just going to throw a High Forge. If nothing else, we get the freeze to make sure he doesn't get anything on us. That's quite unfortunate that I got that drain there. Probably just going to have to famine for the sake of killing it out. There we go, and now we just have to deal with a Queen Mab. I probably should have threw it at Queen Mab now that I think about it. She's the only thing that's really going to be doing damage to us. The Justice wouldn't have really touched us at all. Oh, Zidicus is your guild, or is your Gems of War name? Aha! That would explain it. Yeah, that would explain it. Okay. Oh, we'll go move that over. Get ourselves a famine. I think that's enough to win. 32, or actually let's do it the other way around. 14, 28, 50, 60. No, we would be 1 poke off. So now we can kill it. Mwaha! That ended up working then. Score seems okay. Good enough. Good enough is good for us. And Guild Wars with Wisps, good enough is good. And let me guess, another... Oh no, we got to see something different! Hey, Hellcat, Sakima, Elma Grim, and Queen Mab. Not really too different, everyone's still running Queen Mab. That hasn't really changed. The reason for it is because extra turn spam is so popular right now that everyone's just running Queen Mab to counter it on their defend team. Okay, well, we'll go, I guess, start with Gorgolfa. Oh, perfect, we got a double tap out the top. Ooh, that extra turn though. Double freeze. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. I'm not going to try... Oh, actually, we could. We could take this purple over and have 2 different chances for a yellow, of which we get neither of them. But at least he misses with his Hellcat, and it's on a troop that we're not frozen on, as far as the red there. So we will be able to take quite a bit off the board. No follow-up, so we'll just throw and finally get it stunned, though it already is stunned, so I don't actually have to go out of my way yet. I'll wait a turn just so we can keep the stun on it for even longer. Actually, I'm going to wait even another turn, just in case. Yep, there we go. And now that it has cleansed, we'll go throw it down again. He'll probably land his Hellcat. Yeah, of course. That was to kind of be expected there, though. Okay, you can stop now, though. Whoa! Good thing that wasn't our summoner, though. That's a lot of damage. Oh, good, we got Famine. Well, at least we got a counter to it all. Who's the biggest threat? I honestly don't even know at this point. Out of everything on that team, which one do I hate the most? I'm leaning towards Queen Mab, but she's not really helping them loop. She is stunned too. We could just keep stunning her. Let's go for Elma Grim because he won't have his ability up. Whatever we target at won't. Wait, is Wisps coming to console next week? That's funny. Has console seriously not had Wisp this entire time? Oh, the amount of complaints that are going to be on the forum if that is so. Wait, I didn't even notice that. Is console seriously getting Wisp next week? Rip console. Oh, it is. Oh, that's hilarious. How many likes that? The post has 1 like. The post has 1 like. I know, that's funny. The replies to this thread is great. I didn't even notice that earlier. Wow. Yeah, rip. Everyone on console, stop playing. No, actually play this week and utilize the Wisps, and then every week after, never play again. No, just kidding. But yeah, that's going to be really annoying. It is hands down the most annoying troop in the entire game right now. And console has it now, so good luck. Alright, we'll go move. Oh, I just realized we ended up getting a mythic Stonehammer from the summon on him. That's pretty convenient. The only problem is he doesn't actually help us with damage. So really, it actually isn't that convenient now that I think about it. He's more getting in the way of everything. This is why I never, ever, ever, ever use him. He just blocks everything when he misses. Like, he's fine if he never misses. The problem is he almost always misses. Throw that down, get the kill, and just keep tapping them. We're getting pretty low score on these, but at least we're not losing, which is the main thing I'm looking for. Not losing is the most important part. Let's see. Do we just... Oh no, I can't even Skull. Why would I go for a Skull? Just go for a Gorgolfa. That does like 4 times the damage that a Skull would do in that situation. Speaking of Skulls... Oh no, that's... Oh wait, Burn. Can we get lucky enough for Burn to kill? There we go. The Goblins costed you a win in Guild Wars this week. What happened with them? Honestly, Goblins are still pretty annoying, but they weren't anywhere near as bad as they were when they ended up launching that 1 week. I feel like they're pretty contained at this point. Still really annoying, but they're at least counterable with freeze. As long as they're not running the Queen Mab variant, I do find them to be pretty beatable at this current rate. With a Queen Mab, it's slightly less so, mainly because they'll probably just counter out you a little bit, particularly if you're going like a loop kind of team to try to counter them. But really, just freezing them with some kind of loop team, particularly if they're not using a Queen Mab, is about the best way to go. They're still annoying, it's just, they're nowhere near what Wisp is. Biggest issue with Wisp is how low of a mana cost it has for an extra turn. It's the same problem that Boar Rider and Goblin Rocket used to have when both of them were 9 mana costs. Same thing's happening all over again, except for with Wisp this time. Okay. We do have Corvash. I don't really need it, though. We have Famine, too, and I also don't really need that. He's not really taking much mana. He has a weird loop going on there, but he's not getting it up, so it's not actually a threat to us. Aw, 1 mana short and 1 damage short. Are you kidding me? He'd bet. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if he would have gotten like some kind of loop off on that, that would have just been awful. Okay, we'll throw that down. Get the damage there. Oh, not Corvash yet. Get that. High Forge. Is it worth it? Not really, because this is what is even hitting. Nothing of value. Throw the Corvash. See if we can get a Skull Poke or something. Nope. I need. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Luckily, it wasn't our summoner. Well, then. Also, that glitch is still in play where you can use multiple Great Mauls. Honestly, I haven't really been seeing it as too big of a threat. Still very annoying, but it's not really that big a deal. It's nice to actually see some Great Mauls again. Normally not something we see much anymore. Well, let's do the other Great Maul before he... Oh wait, he can't even devour that. Never mind. He can't even devour our summoner if he wanted to. I should have went for the other one. Oh well, too late for that. I forgot. He has immune to devour due to Fortitude. I keep forgetting that Fortitude has immune to devour on it, and Death Mark. The two like best aspects of immunity that you can really have. The only really good one that it doesn't have is immune to freeze and immune to mana burn. Are the other two pretty big ones. But other than that, it has pretty much everything it needs. How do we go about this? I guess we double High Forge for the win. There we go, and that's match. They wanted to make Mab great again. Mab has always been good. She just hasn't been being used as much lately. Now she's being used like crazy. There was never a point when Queen Mab was really bad. Even when they did the gigantic patch to basically nerf her. Because she, when she was launched, she was the most overused troop in the entire game. Aside from Valkyrie. Because Valkyrie would always be used with her. Plus Valkyrie would be used in some other teams. But when she was first released, there was nothing that had immune to mana burn. So she could do her full amount of excessive damage to everything. And she still had all of her traits. She had immune to freeze, or she had, immune to freeze. She could freeze all the enemies infinitely. And she was one of the few at the time that had immune to freeze. So you basically had to kind of use her against other Queen Mabs and stuff like that. She also had the ability where she only needed 10 blue gems on the board in order to gain an extra turn instead of the current 13 that all troops have. Oh, you mean Maul. Oh, sorry. I thought you said Maul. I read that incorrectly. But yeah, the Great Maul, that one is definitely one that doesn't get used anymore. Make the Great Maul great again. Ever since he got his last trait reworked, no one ever used him again. Well, actually for a little bit with Bone Dragon, he was still kind of used. But now that Bone Dragon got nerfed, now there's nothing to really use with a Great Maul anymore. The only team I really ever bother with him with these days is using a Mercy to fully upgrade him with a Great Maul, Inferno King. Actually, it's a Great Maul, Mercy, Inferno King, Shegra deck. That's about the only thing I ever run him in for the most part. His trait is just so bad compared to what it was. It's still an okay trait in the whole scheme of things, but relative to what it was before, it's laughable. Though, in all fairness, he had the most overpowered trait in the game before. So anything would be a downgrade. What they basically did is he used to have a 15% chance to devour. Then they reduced it to a 10% chance to devour, and even that was still too much. Then they just completely removed the trait from him, gave him increase the stats whenever he takes a skull, and instead gave a 5% version of his previous trait to Krog the Dread. I actually wouldn't mind if they increased that to 10% on the Krog the Dread. Pretty sure they won't. But Krog the Dread never gets used. 5% is way too low to even basically ever get it to trigger. You can go 5 battles and not get it to trigger on Krog the Dread. 5% is just such a ridiculously small number to have on a percent chance to trigger something. At least in a game like this, where you only get to cast things like a couple times for the most part. Well, of course he does it based on skulls, but still. I just realized, it's like, wait, the cast, never mind. But yeah, still, he doesn't really normally get to do it that much. And he would have to build an entire team around the premise of it. There we go. You're running Gorgoltha, Corvash, Kirby, and Sylvanie Moore on brown. That sounds about right. That's normally what I suggest for replacing out Sylvanie Moore. If you do have a Highforge, I would suggest using Highforge instead of Kirby, though. But other than that, it seems pretty good. So Sylvanie Moore is a perfectly fine replacement for a Famine. I almost said counter. That is not a counter. But if you did need a replacement for this team, yes, you can easily replace out Famine for Sylvanie Moore. You can also replace out Gorgoltha for a Cockatrice if you happen to not have him fully traded yet. Cockatrice will do about the same thing. It'll generate you a bunch of mana, which is brown, which is literally everything, so it'll generate you mana very similarly to that of the Gorgoltha, at least on this team anyways, because it's all the same color. It also gives you Entangle, which essentially serves the same purpose of Granite Skin on Gorgoltha, so it's a pretty decent replacement. Also, Cockatrice is absolutely insanely strong for how low of a rarity troop it is. It's a really good budget troop. It's one I'm going to be utilizing on my Let's Play account to be able to do the dungeons once we get to it. We're almost at dungeons on it, but once we start doing guides on like how to do dungeons when you're on a lower level account, one of the first things that will be mentioned is how ridiculously good a Cockatrice is at doing those. Oh wow, this is actually going pretty bad so far. Didn't realize we're starting to lose that much that quickly. Also, do we take the skull or do we take the yellow? Leaning towards the yellow. The only problem is the skull is still there if I do that. Also, obviously, we lose our turn regardless. It doesn't matter which one of the two we take. So we'll do that. Because there's no way he would have had enough damage to actually do anything. Come on, we need you. There we go, we got our Famine. As long as he doesn't do anything weird. Good, he didn't do anything weird. We got this. We'll just Famine Christinex. And then Corvash. Then we're pretty much good to go. Oh! I did not calculate that to see if it was enough damage yet. No. I should have. Well, we could always Highforge. That's the whole point of why we even have Highforge. Let me go do that. Let's clear the board. Gotta be really careful. If he does anything to us, we basically lose. Because we have so many low HPs right now. So we go for Highforge. That will re-stun the Queen Mab, plus kill the Christinex. That gives full mana. We can now Corvash it. Hopefully it will get Skull distracted. Perfect. That gives us into our Highforge. All of our Highforge, actually. And do we throw it again or wait? I think we wait because I need to get Famine back up for when he gets mana. Oh good, we got an extra turn off of that. He doesn't actually have any mana to use, so let's just use that so we can Corvash him. So now we have 2 mana. Oh! He killed one. Well, now we got a Spark Grinder. He is pretty useless. We don't have any mechs to synergize him with, so that's not really going to do much. We don't have a mana generator anymore. I guess we'll just kind of wait, start getting Highforge up, keep poking him, and go from there. Is that enough damage? Yes, it is. Perfect. So we won. We do that, and then anything... Oh, come on. You couldn't hit HP? There we go. But down it goes. We still finished with a full team, just not with as many points as we could have. I believe our points this week is, or today I should say, is 7,300, I would say. It wasn't anything above average, but we did win everything. Yep, pretty much. A little bit lower. Actually, that was a little bit lower than I was expecting. Only about 100 or so. But, yeah, it's still not bad. Anything above 7,000, particularly over 7,200, is perfectly fine with me. Or really just anything over 7,000. That basically just means you won every single battle if you got over 7,000. And that's basically the main thing that matters. The highest you can even get this is around 7,700-ish. I think the highest we got was 7,600 something. 1 week was the highest we've gotten so far. But I'm pretty sure there has been higher. Anyways, that's Guild Wars for the week. I believe we are safe. Yes, we're not going to make 7th, but we should be safe from falling into Bracket 2, which is always nice. Who's coming up? Interim 2 and Strat Gem are coming back up. And Tough and... or probably Tough and Mean Machine. It's a little bit hard to tell. But probably Tough and Mean Machine are going back down. Okay, well anyways, let's go do dungeons. Let's go do all the other little stuff. And let's go over the new troop after that. Oh, Roth ended up doing a guild purchase. He actually just joined the guild, so that's pretty nice of him. He ended up joining us earlier today. Okay, so dungeons. Let's go just clear through those real quick. It is Diamond Day, which means all the diamonds. Oh yeah, we can't claim that yet. We need to win our first battle. Well, let's go enjoy the dragons while we still have them. The last day that we can throw the 4x dragon team. So will 4 times dragon still be viable after this week? Yes, 4 times dragon will always be viable. But will I be using it that often? Probably not. With extra turn spam, it's not really the best thing to be using against it. So we'll probably end up switching a little bit. I'll still be visiting this team. Can't go wrong with all dragons. It's still, using the Dragon Soul Christine X combo is still my favorite combo in the game. So it is something I love using, even if it's not the most efficient thing to use with extra turn spam against us. But still a lot of fun to mess around with. Also, most dragons have full AoE, and anything that does full AoE is generally pretty decent. Speaking of that, that's that's absolutely destroyed. Get a bunch of purple, fills up everything, and then we get to crystallize, throw that down, boom, dead. Let's go grab that alpha. 50 gems for all the resources, 1 celestial, 500 souls, 80 diamonds, 2 gem keys, 400 shards. Also, I never really did a video going specifically over dungeons. I probably will in the future. I was kind of going to wait until we do a guide on it, but I might just do a general one, but or one of both. But yeah, as far as when to throw down the 50 gems, some people have said to me, even though I personally feel like it's worth doing every single day, some people did say that it's really not worth it on some of the days. But honestly, there is one day that is 100% always worth throwing the 50 gems on, and that is on Diamond Day, which I believe is every Sunday. It hasn't been on Not Sunday yet. But it gives 1 celestial, 500 souls, 80 diamonds, 2 gem keys, and 400 shards for 50 gems. In comparison, that's 30 gems right there. So for 20 gems, you are essentially getting 1 celestial trait stone, 500 souls, 80 diamonds, and 400 shards. On this day, it is definitely worth throwing down the 50 gems. If you can only afford to do it on 1 day a week, that is the day to throw it on. It also brings you closer to crafting a free legend or a free mythic. Actually, doing that 10 times would end up being a free legend of your choice, pretty much. Or assuming it's on rotation, that is. I'll give it a bunch of blue. I'm not too afraid of a behemoth heading us. I remember when behemoth was actually the best troop in the game. How far we have come. It's pretty funny. Behemoth plus Atlanta, both troops that are pretty much unusable in the current state of the game, was once like the best combo ever. It's pretty funny. It was used with Salvini more occasionally too, because it fit color-wise. Other than that, one pretty funny thing that used to be the meta as well was Lady Sapphira. That's one I normally reference a lot, mainly because she was so ridiculously strong when she was, at the time, when she was modified. But even though she hasn't been touched since then, she has went from becoming the absolute best troop in the game by a mile and a half to a really, really, really bad troop. There isn't anything that she excels at compared to other troops in the game. Also, I think one of the other things that kind of contributed to that too is her traits are pretty awful. It doesn't really help. Oh, diamonds are the type of jewel, yes. Sorry, I didn't really specify there, but yes, diamonds are used for crafting within the Soul Forge. They are used most primarily for creating legends and mythics. Actually, that's basically their only 2 purposes. I believe you can convert them into souls too, but that's a complete waste of resources. The only thing you ever use them for is to make legends and mythics. A legend costs 300 diamonds, and a mythic costs 4,000 diamonds. And every single week there's a different rotation of which legends and mythics are currently available at a given time. This week, I don't believe there was anything other than Amnesia that was really craftable. Normally on the Monday videos, like what we go over tomorrow, I will go over if it is or is not worth crafting anything. And now it'll be a little bit more applicable because some people should start to get, if you don't already have, the first 4,000 diamonds that you ever get. So next week, we'll start to determine what people will start using the gigantic stash on. 4 times Behemoth? No. I'm not going 4 times Behemoth. Well, I guess we could. We would need a mana generator, though. We'd have to go, like, 3 Behemoth and, like, a Valkyrie or something. Or 3 Behemoth, Apothecary. Probably Valkyrie. But yeah, there's no point in going 3 Behemoth. We will, though. We'll go do it after we go over the troop. Let me go bring that up real quick. Let me go find it. 1 second. Let's go bring up the troop thingy. The one that's coming out tomorrow. Pretty sure most of you have already seen it. Oh, by the way, console, next week you're getting Wisp. Good game. RIP console. You're going to want to hide for the next month or so until you get the following update that eventually nerfs Wisp. I actually am surprised that console didn't get Wisp yet. That's pretty funny. I did not realize that. I need to count the number of rage threads that get created within the next week on the console threads. I'm pretty sure it's going to be over a dozen. Let's go. Trying to find the post. Where'd it go? I found the Wisp post. Oh, there it is. Fire in the sky. Let's go get that one up. Let's see. Let me make this large. Zoom in. And should be good to go. Okay. So let me go bring this up real quick. Video capture, window show. I believe it's that one. There we go. Okay. So let's go over the mythic, I wish. No. This was a mythic. That would be a pretty sad mythic. Let's go over the new troop coming in next week. It's an ultra rare brown yellow. One thing to note about this troop, even though this troop itself isn't particularly good, brown yellow is an excessively great trait stone. There are so many viable things that use brown yellow. The two most notable that come to mind immediately are Gorgulfa and Cockatrice. But there are plenty of things. Also, if you've been needing to trait your famine, that is the trait that it uses as well. But there are so many things that use brown yellow. We'll definitely need to cover all of them. I'll need to double check what even all of them are later. But anyways, deal 24 damage or deal damage to an enemy, triple damage if they're burning, and create 10 red gems if the enemy dies. As I mentioned, there's really only two things that this will ever get used with. Infernus, if you happen to have one, or a Euro Fire Mantle, which is from the same kingdom as him. That's about the only thing you're really going to be doing. Mainly because it requires you to synergize with a troop that can create reds. It also needs to synergize with a troop that can easily burn. And there's really only 3 troops in the entire game that can do this, I believe. Fire Lizard, Euro Fire Mantle, and Infernus. So that's about the full selection you have. So I guess if you're a really early game player, you could try putting this with a Fire Lizard. I believe Fire Lizard is also an ultra rare. It's either a rare or ultra rare. I believe ultra rare. So you could synergize that and go a bunch of Fire Lizards with Fire Giant. The only problem is they both overlap on yellow, which isn't the greatest. I believe everything that this thing synergizes with actually overlaps. With Infernus, he overlaps on yellow. With Euro, he overlaps on brown. And on Fire Lizard, or Lava Lizard, whatever it's called, he overlaps on yellow as well. One nice thing about him, though, if you use him with a Euro, is the Euro does feed directly into him. So you can use this guy, and then you can get a kill with this guy, and then that feeds Euro, and then you can kind of go back and forth. So hey, maybe we'll have to bring Euro out of the dustbin and go mess around with him. Good chance that he'll miss, but as long as we're not up against a freeze team, which is about half the teams we have to face, as long as we're not up against a freeze team, we'll have really high single target damage. The only problem is that will not help against Wisp, and it will not help against Queen Mab, and it will definitely not help against a Wisp with Queen Mab. Because we can't target the Wisps, and the Queen Mab will freeze us, preventing our loop. But that is potentially a lot of damage. I have no clue how high this thing's damage could get. Let me actually go check the thing, because what's her name just mentioned it. Let me go check it real quick. So, let's see. If we go over here, go to Leah's thing, go to the website. The damage is... Oh, she made a little thingy to make it easier to see what the traits are for the trait thingy. Sweet. Oh, nice. I didn't see this before. I really need to do a thing going over her website. It's absolutely amazing. But if you never went to it, gemsofwardatabase.com. Best Gems of War resource out there as far as looking up stuff in the game. 100% up to date. She literally just posted this. She's up to date before it even happens. Let's see. Okay, what did I need to go look up? I'm looking at its magic. So 11 plus 3. There's 10 magic or 5 magic, 10 additional magic. So that's 10, 11, 21, 24. Wait, is that right? That can't be right. That'd be 20. That's exactly what the card says then. There's no way that was exactly it. Oh, there's other bonuses too, like the guild bonus and stuff. That still doesn't bring it much higher. I have to be missing a bonus. There's 10. That brings you to 11. Yeah, I have to be missing something. Let's see. 11, 14. Another 10. So that's 24. Your, the one from the guild, so that's 26. Is that right? 26 is his damage? That seems low. Oh no, that seems low. That can't be right, because the card at Ultraverse is 24. I have to be calculating something wrong there. Oh well, anyways. Oh, Wait. I didn't see his total, maybe. No, that is his total. Okay, I'm confused, but regardless, whatever that magic ends up being, triple that is how much damage it does. If that can get to above 30, that would be decent. Anything below it, you would have to do a Euro Fire Mantle cast and then clean up with this guy, which wouldn't be too bad, but you'd have to do some setup to be able to get a kill with him. Yeah, I guess he'll have some potential. He does have Fire Link. That's something noteworthy to mention as well. He does have that Fire Link all the way over there. Fire Link is going to help, even though he doesn't use that color. He is, of course, creating reds whenever he gets a kill. So that will help with Euro or Infernus or really anything that you end up using it with. So he'll be okay. I don't really foresee him being used out of any of like the burners that also use red. There are very, very few troops he's going to get shown in, but at least he has some potential, if nothing else. Really weird synergy that he'll have, but definitely not completely unusable. We'll just have to see how he works in practice. Let's see. Have you ever come across the guild Disciples? Disciples of Tacet? No. Why, did someone make a guild called Disciples of Tacet? I have not seen that guild yet, no. What's this post that you just posted? 3.1 coming this week? Oh, is it? Salty gives a I don't know. And she says this is all. So that could be a yes. If it wasn't, she'd probably just say no. But she's saying a really weird meme. I don't even know if that's a meme. Let's see. It'll be here soon. Oh no! That's actually bad. I haven't done a best version video yet of this version. Should I even do a best version of this version? What is the best thing to use in this version? Mass Wisp, Mass Goblin. You know what? I'll need to do a best video tomorrow then. Or later tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday. Hopefully it won't be there that soon. Let's see. She does say it will be here soon. I'm the one who posted everything on social media anyway. Okay, hopefully it doesn't come tomorrow, because I can't do a video that quick. But yeah, we need to go do a best team video to archive the fact that Double Wisp was so overpowered right now with a Queen Mab, plus the fact that the whole Goblin team is overpowered right now. Because that's the main thing that we do the best team videos for too. That to help people get good teams, and also just to archive what is good at a given moment in time, so we can look back at all the meta teams that are no longer meta, or sometimes they come back as well. There are definitely teams from the past that at one point were really good, then they fell off for a little bit, and then just because of indirect changes they became good again. So that sometimes happens. So yeah, maybe it is. I'm not quite sure. It does appear to be soon. Even Salty says soon. So that's good news. Soon TM. She did say it was going to be coming in like 2 weeks anyways, like a week or two back, so that would make sense that it would be coming. She also gave us the beta test version like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And generally when they give that, a couple weeks after they will be doing the patch. So that would make perfect sense that the patch is almost here. Best to use version... wait, what? Version player. No clue what that's asking. Let's see. Oh, ODX made the guild? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah, he might be okay on an El Magrim Infernus team if he didn't want to use the double troll. I don't believe he'd work on a pure color day with that, though. Have I ever opened a summoning stone to see what troops you pull out of it? No, I have not. I will be on my Let's Play account, though. I'll probably be doing that for a video, because honestly, I don't even know what will happen. My understanding of what will happen is, actually, do we have enough to get all the weapons yet? No, we still need blue. But my understanding of what happens when you open one of these is you get a troop based on that color of ultra rare or higher. So basically a gem key of a specific color. So this will basically be a gem key that gives us a blue troop, a gem key that gives us a green, a red, a yellow, a purple, and a brown. Why on earth is it orange? But that's essentially how I understand these to work. I haven't bothered opening one yet. I guess we could do it on maybe like green or brown or something. We have quite a bit of excess in both of them. So, you know what? Let's go do it right now. I've said I've never done them. Let's go do 1 and 1, and then let's go do 2 like the other one. Actually, how many do we have? We could actually do all of them to this one. Yeah, let's just do it all to green. I mean, to brown. Let's see what happens. Could you imagine what kind of luck we could get if something happens here? So yeah, let's go see what these things do. I've never bothered opening one. Hopefully we don't need more of these color stones later. But yeah, let's just craft it. Let's see what happens. Craft a brown summoning stone. Got obsidian golem. And yeah, that's exactly what it does. Exactly what I thought. So let's just craft another one to make it nice and even. And, yep. No, that's funny. We get both the rock spirit-like things. We got obsidian golem and then a rock spirit. But yeah, that's exactly what it does. It's just a gem key for a specific color. Nothing more, nothing less. That's exactly what it is. So yeah. Let's see. I want to get that blue already. You know what? Do we have enough shards for it? No. I really wish these things were cheaper to create out of shards. Because right now, only diamonds are worth it to actually create. But I kind of want to buy 100 just so we can go get that weapon. Once we get 100 more blue, we'll have every weapon in the game. And have 100% everything that's available to currently have unlocked. Yeah, there we go. That's basically what it does. It just confirms what we already knew it would do. It's just a gem key for a specific color. You now have 4,000 diamonds. Congrats! Save it for Monday and see what is craftable. We'll be going over it tomorrow too. But yeah, on Monday, the table for it changes every single Monday. Because right now there's only, let's see, what's currently craftable. Currently we only have, Sanos is always craftable. But, Ariali, Yasmin, Chosen, Ketris, the Bull, and Amnesia. Personally, I wouldn't go for any of these. If I had no mythics, or very few mythics, my targets would be Farish Ra as the #1 priority. Second priority would probably be a Famine. Third priority would probably be... Actually, third one would actually be a little bit of a hard decision. Really depends what you want. Like, Amnesia is a really good summoner. Yasmin would be Infinite Loop. Elamagrim is another nice Infinite Loop that also does attack reduction. Plus, it has Impervious. There's definitely a lot of good ones out there. But, I don't know. Personally, I would just go full 100% all in on Farish Ra's. Personally. Anytime I see a Farish Ra, I would just craft one and keep going from there. I don't need to do that because I already have 3 Farish Ra's. But if you have 0 Farish Ra's or want to try to get 3, I'd say that's the best value you can really put your diamonds into. Unless there's something else that you desperately want. As far as legends, there's really only one legend that I would say is worth crafting. And that's a Dragon Soul if you don't already have it. Or a Christinex if you don't already have one. Those are about the only 2. There might be a few other select cases, like Queen Map's pretty decent. The new Goblin's pretty decent if you want to do some kind of loop team with that. But out of a very few niche kind of instances, there really isn't any need to do these. All 4 of these, for example, are 100% pointless to craft. All 4 of those legends. But yeah. Second Farish Ra is coming. Oh, nice. Seems worthless. You hope those jewels get used for something else. Which jewels? Oh, are you talking about the colored ones? Yeah. They're pretty useless. The little colored ones. They're really only used for weapons for the most part. Other than that, you just can get like a few extra keys out of them. Is all they really do. You could basically see it as basically 2 keys per day. Because I believe you get 100 of them if you don't pay 50 gems or anything else. So that would basically be the equivalent of 2 gem keys. You still need to throw 200 souls at it too, or 100 each. So you are losing some resources as you're trying to unlock them. Are they really worth it? Really depends how badly you really need the troops. Because you have to keep in mind, if you already have nearly every troop, these pretty much are 100% useless. But honestly, as a newer player, I think these have pretty good value. Mainly because, let's say for a Guild War day, you have an okay team, but you need like more color for a specific day. You can then put all of your shards into, let's say, brown, because you don't have a good brown day for Guild Wars, and then hope that in one of these drops you end up getting something that you can then use on a brown Guild War day. I believe that's the main purpose that these have. The only thing I really hate about them is the troop you get, assuming it's already a copy that you don't really need, is worth less than the amount of souls that you put into it, which doesn't make much sense. You put 100 souls and 50 of these little things into it, and you get a troop that most likely is only worth 25 souls, because that's what an ultra rare is worth, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that's you're basically just throwing away the souls, essentially, on top of everything else you're kind of using for it. So it is really poor value. But as a newer player, I could see it definitely being worth it. I'll be doing it on my Let's Play account for sure. Mainly because there's no point in my Let's Play account getting any of the weapons. And as of currently, those colored things are the only things that you can actually throw the colored little jewels on. There might be something in the future else that might be useful for them. It would be nice if they added more epic weapons that were actually useful. as possibility for something that people could use it on, because the epic weapons are relatively cheap, and it would be something that newer players could throw as well as just players in general to get rid of some of their extra colored gems. Did you invite Quad? Yes. You're pretty sure got people leaving on Monday. Well, we still have a couple other people that have been asking to join. I don't know if they already found other guilds, but if there is anyone leaving, hopefully some of them will still be available. Otherwise, we'll have to recruit on Monday again. But yeah, who said they were going to leave? I feel like every Monday we keep losing people, and sometimes we don't have enough replacements to get them all replaced. I believe we do have a slight backup now. We did yesterday. We had like 5 people yesterday trying to get into our guild. Or actually, I should say today. That was actually still today. Oh, Christy's leaving. Maybe whole log. Oh no. Well, then we'll have double replace then. We should hopefully have enough people. If everyone who was asking earlier didn't find a guild yet, we'll have enough people. The problem is most of them probably already found a guild. But we'll have to see. Let's see. We'll move that down. Also, we need to keep our trophy number up soon. I can't say that we're number top 10 guild. I'll just have to say top 10 guild war or something. Or bracket 1 guild war. Because currently our recruitment thread says top 10 guild, which is based on the fact that we're in the top 10 number of trophies. But the person in the 11th right now is about to pass us soon. We'll retake 10th eventually, because some people above us are going way slower than us. But a lot of the people below us are actually doing a lot more trophies than what we normally do. Also, what on earth is happening? Good game, good game. Oh, any console player watching, get ready for that on Monday. This will be good practice for how awful it is. Yeah, we're 7th in Guild War right now. Yeah, there's only been 1 week in the entirety of Guild War history that we were not in top 10. And that was mainly because we were missing 3 people that week, which is almost impossible to recover from. Let's see. Where do we even go? We'll go take the yellow there. I really, really hope they eventually add that. Or I know for sure they're eventually going to add it. I just wish they would already add it already. The 27 out of 30 Guild War thing. So that guilds don't need to stress out as much about recruiting, getting a new recruit on Mondays. Because right now it's like life or death for Guild Wars if you don't get a recruit on Monday. I'll go do that. Or at least at the higher brackets, where it matters a lot more. A single person can be the difference between getting 100 or 200 gems or so. Where do we throw? Oh, we have alignment right there, so that'll give us Dragon Soul. Keep going with that. I know, you're on console, the Wisp is coming. Get ready to hide. The Wisp is coming. Yeah, I'll definitely need to make the best teams video. Though maybe I shouldn't, because then everyone on console will hate me for making the best teams video, because it's going to show the Wisp team. It can't not show the Wisp team. Well, we'll go move that down. But based on things that are happening, it looks like the update is right around the corner. For all I know, it could be tomorrow and we don't even know it. So I need to get that video out as soon as possible. The best teams video for the version. This was a really short version, actually. I believe it was only a month since the last patch. It's going to be a pretty small patch. I believe it's mainly just some bug fixes. I don't think any really major changes happening for the most part. It's mostly just rebalance and bug fixes, I believe. You changed your defend team. It is now changed to Wisps and Queen Mab. No! Stop joining them. Oh yeah, let me go do the Behemoths. Sure, let's go do that. Let's run for Behemoth, because you said for Behemoth. I will regret doing this. Oh, I need to save this team, by the way. That'll remember it. Gorgoltha, Sir Gawain, Uriawi, Extinos. Next Yellow Day. We throw this all 5 battles. We threw it for 3 this time around, and it actually worked surprisingly well. Like, way better than I was expecting. Let me go... Let's see. Do I still have a place that I could overwrite this? Yellow-red spam. What is this? Oh, yeah. This was that other team someone wanted me to do, which I did end up doing that one time. Gorgoltha, Hellcat, Forest Guardian, and Furnace. It is pretty good. It has that nice barrier spam, too. It's pretty good against Wisps. We'll keep that one, too. What, are we going to have 3 yellow teams now? We have 2 already. Purple mana. Do we still use that? Yes. Except maybe the Asha. Do we still use it? Wait, I just clicked the same team twice. Purple loop. I don't really use this one anymore. Let me go replace this with the other team. So let's go call this yellow something. Rename team yellow. What exactly is it? Yellow true. Damage. It won't fit. Yellow true. True yellow. Oh, we'll name it yellow true. Yellow true true. There we go. Yellow true true. Yellow true true. And I should be able to remember the team. It was Gorgolfa. Already forgot it. No, I remember everything except the second troop. So let me go put in Uryali. Oh, it was Sir Gawain. Sir Guild Wars. How could I forget Sir Guild Wars? Or Valkyrie. And I can never remember her name. Let me just type in Naga. It'll be so much easier bringing up Naga. And Axe. Oops, I did it with a Z. I'm not used to typing X. And there we go. Banner, 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 banner. I believe we just went with a brown-yellow to rush Gorgolfa / Xenos. Oh no, it was a red-yellow to rush Sir Gawain. And if Gorgolfa dies, it really rushes Sir Gawain. There it is, red-yellow. Pretty sure that was the right banner. Yes, that is what I ran with it earlier. Okay, so let's go and go get behemoths. All the behemoths. And the obvious banner is very obvious. Oh wait, no it's not. I forgot, there's Kraken banner. The banner is not obvious, because I forgot we can go -1 purple for even more mana. So let's do it. 4 behemoth. Behemoth, 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 behemoth. All the behemoth. At one point, triple behemoth Valkyrie actually was the meta. Not anymore, though. It was basically as meta then as what triple Christine X with like a Valkyrie would be now, if you were to ran the same thing. It's pretty much the same difference of what it used to be back in the day. Nowadays, behemoth's damage is actually relatively low. Compared to a Dragon Soul, it hits 20 to all enemies, and it doesn't even generate as much mana, so Dragon Soul is better. Compared to Elam Grim does 8 more damage. Compared to this Christine X, it's doing about, it can vary, but anywhere from like 6 to 10 more damage. We're gonna move that up. All we have are behemoths, so keep casting behemoths. Well, take that up. Keep taking the blues, keep taking browns. Skulls, are they even worth it? Probably not. Probably not. Behemoth number 2, go. Problem is most of the colors he's hitting aren't even doing anything. Also, 10 gem destroy these days is pretty laughable relative to everything else. He did end up getting a buff. It was a little while back at this point now. I think about 6 months ago, or at the beginning of the year. He ended up getting a buff where he does 8 life off of his extra turn instead of 4. That doesn't really help much more though. He's still equally as useless as he always been. Yeah, this is 4 behemoth. Looks like it'll lose any second now to like Christine X into something else. Move that up, throw that down. And he'll die to AoE or something. If he'll ever end his turn. And then we die. But yeah, that's 4 behemoths for you wanting to see it. You changed your... Oh, never mind, I already read that. You're using an Explorer or Exploder team on Defend this week. You're not that cruel. Exploders can be a little bit annoying on defense. They can occasionally win, not that often though. Also, hello, Flethro, welcome. Alright, let's go take out our revenge. Get revenge. Let's go utilize the dragons while we still can. We still get 5 glory extra per battle that we do as long as we have Asha. That will last for the next like 5 hours, so gotta use it while we can. I didn't really get to do that too much on my other account. I was hoping I would do it a little bit more. I guess it's not too big a deal though, because since I let my account go into a slightly better guild, it's at least gaining slightly more resources than what it normally would. So I don't really need to play it as much while it still gets progress. So at least it's still getting something done. Well, we'll go move that over. Kill that out. See what else we can do. Probably just throw some yellows. Also, there's some really low levels in that account that are making out like bandits as well. There's like level 20s in that guild. Well, so am I. But there's like level 20s in the guild utilizing all the rewards that we're getting. The highest level in the entire game is actually running the guild that my other account is in. Basically, no other high levels are in the guild. But, of course, he's throwing down quite a bit to get, like, the gems and stuff. So the skew on how many gems we're getting on that account is just a little bit above average, I would say. Given that pretty much all the tasks are focused on that. Since he's the only one really focusing on tasks, and that's the only one he's really focusing on. But yeah, the reason he started his own guild is so he can get the 100% EXP bonus every single, basically perpetually. Because he's the highest level in the entire game, and he wants to stay the highest level in the entire game. I don't know if his goal is 10,000, that seems almost impossible. But he is currently the highest by a pretty big margin. Let me actually go check the website. There's a website that shows everyone, it's basically the Gems of War database. Same place as all this stuff. But let's see. I don't know if it updates automatically. But if we just go check real quick, based on current information we have, he is the highest level in the game, beating the second highest by 206 levels. That is how high a level he is. He's at level 1,600 right now. I guess he's stopped exactly on it. He's probably going to go back to the grind soon, though. But yeah, level 1,600. 206 levels ahead of the second place person. And it was confirmed earlier that the person currently in second place on that leaderboard is indeed the second place person overall in the entire game. And of course the one in first is obviously the first. But yeah, Teknai is 206 levels in the lead right now. And I believe the gap is actually increasing as far as how big of a lead he has. Also, can you end your turn? Gosh. The Infinite Goblins. This is actually probably one of the teams I'd show for the best team video, too. It's not the best team for defending, but it is the best team for invading. Or, you know, not the absolute best. But as far as things that are, like, really meta right now, that is one of them. You're level 133, or number 133 on that leaderboard. Oh yeah, what number am I on that? I'm actually curious. This isn't every single person in the game, but quite a few people are probably on there. Most late game players probably are. Let me see. I am number... It doesn't show. Wait, how do you even see what number you are on that leaderboard? Oh, I can search by name. Let me look up Tacet. I am... Oh, it doesn't bring me up. What? That's weird. Wait, how do you check yourself? Oh, I'm not signed in, that's why. Aha! Oh no, I forgot my password. Oh no. Rip. Let's see. One of these will work. That's not it. That's not it. Let's see. Could be that the username is wrong too. That's not it. That's not it. Rip. Whoops. Oh, forgot my password. I can email it to myself. Aha. Username. Oh wait, I don't know what my username was. Please enter your username below. Well, let's hope this is my username. Okay. Well, I don't know if that was the correct username, but if it was, I'll get an email in like 1 second. Fail. It'll bother me if I don't know this now. Well, if this doesn't work, that's fine. Yeah, I don't even think that was the right username. Fail! Oh, no, it was. I got it. Here we go. Let's see. Come on. Thank you for click here, There we go. Okay. Now let's make my password that I won't forget it. I have too many passwords. Let's see. Let's go with I don't know, what should we go with? Obviously I can't say it aloud what it will be. Let's see. Okay, we'll go with that. And save. Okay, there we go. And okay, now let's sign in. Boom. Sign in. Aha! Got it. We're in. We're in. Okay. Now let's go to table. Leaderboards. Oh yeah, who's on the Ascension leaderboard right now? I'm kind of curious. Let's see. We are number 29th on the Ascension leaderboard. 29th in the game with the most troops ascended to Mythic. And what's the other one we need to go check? We need to go check for leaderboard invasions. Let's see where we are on invasions. For invasions, we are number 53. We're almost top 50. We have a 93.98% win ratio, which, given how many teams we randomly use in PvP that lose, that's actually not too bad. Because there's so many joke teams that I end up using that bring that score way, way down. But yeah, I easily have over 95% if I was actually using a serious team. Probably even above like 97%. The week that we ended up trying for the leaderboard, I was 98.3% win rate when we were running just pure serious teams at the time. So somewhere around there. But yeah, our ratio is a bit lower because of that. Anyways, what's the other one? We need to go to leaderboard, and it might be a little bit lower now though due to extra turn spam that exists. And hero level, we are number 62. If we were to gain 7 levels, we would be in the top 50. If we gained 8, we'd be even higher than that. So we're not that far behind. A little bit though, but not far. That isn't every single person in the game, but it's everyone who's on the that one website, which is most of the late game people. So for all intents and purposes, those numbers probably are correct for the most part. QWERTY is the #1 most used password? No, it's not even remotely close to that. I've never actually used that as a password. I always use that as my key bindings whenever I play like MOBAs or really anything, any game that ever is hotkey based in real-time strategy. I normally use QWERTY for as my hotkeys, but I never have once used that as my password. So that's one less thing you have to guess if you're trying to crack my passwords. Out of the billion possible combinations out there. Is it a bug, or do you start getting less points towards Kingdom Power once you... once you hit 10 copies of a troop, or 10 copies within a category within a kingdom, every single one starts to degrade from there. Let me go get the video for it. I have a video that goes over that extensively, the degradation that occurs with Kingdom Stars. Let me go find that real quick. Search Kingdom Stars. Yeah, I have a whole video going over that. It'll explain it a lot better than what I can off the top of my head. Yeah, this video right here. There we go. This should be the right link. Oops, let me go bring that in. But yeah, this video right here goes fully over everything you will ever need to know about Kingdom Stars. But yes, there starts to become a degradation that occurs to how many points you get once you hit 10 of a troop in a certain category. Either 10 troops or a certain amount of leveling, 10 troops worth, or a 30 traits, which is 10 troops worth. There becomes the degradation that starts with it. I forget what the exact degradation is off the top of my head, but it shows in the video what it degrades down to. But yes, that is intended. That's not a glitch or anything. It's really annoying the way they had it. I wish they would just increase the amount of EXP you needed instead of making this arbitrary kind of like EXP system drop or whatever it is. It's really confusing. And it's not something I have memorized because there's really no point in really needing to pay attention to it that closely. Well, there goes our front line. Oh, we can just Dragon Soul it. And how are you not dead yet? Skull and then Shadow. That's match. Don't famine us. Oh yeah, there's the Gems of War database thingy that we were going over, or mentioning stuff from. All those stats are the Gems of War database. I'll do a video on that soon. She has made even more improvements since the last time I did a video on it. Actually, it's been almost a year since I did a video on her website thingy. At least like a good 8 months or so since I last did it. But if none of you know about it, check out the Gems of War database. GOWDB.com has a lot of very useful information, and it's unlike the wiki. The Gems of War database is 100% up to date. with everything. Even the most recent troop that's coming out tomorrow is already updated into the website. Okay, well, we'll go throw that down. Nice little bit of pokes. And we'll throw down the Shadow Dragon. Ah, it's frozen on both the greens. So we're not getting that extra turn, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, does anyone have any last minute questions? Otherwise, I'm probably going to be heading out for the night. We will be back later today, or I should say tomorrow morning, whichever way to look at it. But I will be recording the new event video as soon as it comes out, and we'll have that probably a few hours after. And it appears we'll have to do the best teams video soon, because it looks like the next version is basically in the next week. Like in the next few days or so, there is quite a huge possibility that next patch will be coming. So I do need to do the best teams video before that goes live. Hopefully we'll have some kind of small notice beforehand. Let's see. Any thoughts on the last comment? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your last comment. What did you say? You're wondered if you could, give some advice for brown days. You have Gorgolfa, Corvash, and Cabarrus. Not a famine. Any ideas for replacement troop? Sylvania Mora. You can always replace out a famine for Sylvania Mora in Guild Wars, for the most part. You don't get the mana drain, but you get enough damage quick enough and a nice entangled disable that it doesn't normally matter. Sometimes when using the Sylvania Mora as well, it's, as weird as it may seem, it's sometimes better to go a Cockatrice instead of a Gorgolfa, just so that you can utilize the 2x skull damage that it has. Cockatrice fully traded, which should be pretty easy to do. Not to mention the trait stone for him is available next week. Cockatrice fully traded does 2x skull damage to entangled, and assuming fully traded Sylvania Mora, you would get the entangle every single time you extra turn. Not to mention Cockatrice also has entangle on him. So it would basically serve the same purpose of Gorgolfa. It mana drains, and it has a way to disable attack. On top of that, it's also a lot lower mana cost by 5, so you don't need to worry about Scion and stuff like that as much as you normally would. Not to mention, while it's entangled, if it takes a 3-pair while entangled, a Scion, it does not actually drain your mana. It has to do at least 1 damage, so if it takes a 4 or 5 times, a Scion will still drain you off of a Skull pair. But if you... if it only does 0 damage due to it taking a 3-pair of Skull while it's entangled, it will not actually drain your mana. Anyway, hello, Min. Welcome. We were just leaving. You want to use Emperor Corvash and Baba Yaga. Could you give some advice? That combination together? I guess that kind of makes sense. Double silencing out the back and then Corvashing the front. I would say pair it with a Dragon Soul for mana generation and go from there. Either Dragon Soul, Gorgolfa, any kind of really heavy exploder. Another one that would work is Ragnagord if you have 2 traits on him. You could go something cheaper like a Herdmaster. Basically just put 1 exploding troop on it, 1 other damaging troop, and you're pretty much good to go. And just keep throwing that exploder over and over again. And keep throwing the disables to make sure they never cast. Did I play Stardew Valley today? Yes, I did. The video for it will be up probably as soon as I end the stream. I'll go post it. But yeah, I'll have that posted in the next couple minutes, Zachary, for you and everyone else. We did end up streaming it for about 3 to 4 hours earlier. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for coming out. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back going over the event troop and messing around with him, seeing what we can do with that. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful week. I'll see you all later. As far as event keys tomorrow, you won't really need to throw them. Console will. Console will need to throw event keys tomorrow because you guys have Christine X and stuff. But PC and mobile, there's really no need for event keys. But we'll go over everything else once the event goes live. Anyways, stay everyone. Have a good night, and best of luck with everything. Goodbye.